My father came to this country in 1937 when he escaped Nazi Germany, but the remainder of his family remained in Germany and perished in the Holocaust. So for me, I have a personal interest in making sure that society learns the lessons of the Holocaust. Not only to know what happened, but why it happened, and be aware of why it happened, so as we move forward in our society that we do not make those same mistakes. The exhibit centers around the events that occurred in Nazi Germany in 1933 with the rise of Hitler to power on January 30th, 1933, and the rapidity with which he gained control over the country with the suppression of trade unions, labor unions, persecution of Jews and their businesses, the opening of the first concentration camps for political dissidents. And then in the spring of 1933, student groups became involved because they wanted to support the Nazi movement. They wanted to cleanse Germany of un-German literature and art and culture. And it was actually the German students on the university campuses that came up with the idea to ban the books, burn the books, to cleanse Germany of these un-German influences. I think the exhibit, it has a part of the exhibit in which it focuses on how America during World War II used the symbolism of the Nazi book burnings as a way to rally Americans to the war effort against Nazi Germany. And the suppression of freedom of thought was so strange to us as a society that we used it as a symbol to fight the Nazis. And since that time, for the last 75 years, anytime people mention banning a book or burning a book, they reflect back to Nazi Germany and the evil that came out of that very first act of beginning to suppress free thought. We've had many student groups come through the exhibit, and one of the questions we ask the student groups is, could this happen again? And of course it has happened, and it will probably continue to happen. McCarthy burned books from the overseas libraries in the 1950s. Ray Bradbury wrote about book burnings in his famous book Fahrenheit 451. Rashid, who wrote the famous book Satanic Verses, his books were burned and banned in Muslim countries. And as recently as 2002 in New Mexico, civic groups and religious groups banned and burned the books of Harry Potter because they thought they were a bad influence on children. Everybody should see this exhibit. There's something to learn here from history. There's something applicable to our society today. And Santana said it best, if we do not learn from history, we are going to repeat it.